Thank you.
And we've got media folks with us.
Yeah.
Always.
They're all my friends. Guys, look. Guys, all the naughty ones are in the front.
Alright, Abhishek, so we like that. Keep that up. Give it up for Abhishek once again, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Conjuice logo aapko, huh? Okay, that's not bad. Alright, so Abhishek, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Tell us, how does it feel to be a Goodwill ambassador, and what are you most looking forward to during the weekend?
First and foremost, good afternoon, members of the media. Thank you for being here, and to all the people at SIX, thank you for putting this together, and obviously Yannick and the NBA for giving me this fantastic opportunity. You know, being a Goodwill ambassador is as close to, I think, I'll ever come to being a player, which was a dream as a child, but this is truly a dream come true. Basketball has been a passion of mine since I can remember, since I was a kid. It's the first sport I ever followed, the first sport I ever played, and whilst growing up in school, I mean, all you dreamt about was playing basketball and you know, and the NBA. And today, to be standing here is more special because I get to do it from a country which I really do believe is at the cusp of really going international in their basketball talent. And it's a matter of great honor that I get to represent our country and the NBA. And I think congratulations to the NBA for all the wonderful work you're doing in India. And they've really been working so hard. And you know, Mr. Silver, the commissioner, and everybody, the NBA officers in India have worked so hard to promote the sport of basketball and help Indians get the exposure that you know, some of their American counterparts and European counterparts have as well. So they're doing a great job. And obviously Sony 6 for making sure I reach shooting on time every day, because you guys wake me up at 5:30 to watch all the games, and then you have to reach on time after that. So I think everybody's doing a great job. I'm very excited. It's really a very special moment for me to be made a Goodwill ambassador for the sport and for the NBA, and to help promote basketball in India. And dude, it's the NBA All-Star Weekend, man. It's the high point of any basketballer's yearly calendar. It's something I remember as kids. We used to break bounds in the middle of the night. I used to study in Europe, so the All-Star Weekend used to always come in the middle of the night. And we'd be in big trouble if it was on the West Coast, because it was going to come even later then. And break bounds to go see the slam dunk competition, and we all would wait to see, you know, would Dominic Wilkins beat Jordan, would you know, would Spud Webb come up and take it away. So it's fantastic. I'm very excited. This is actually the second time I'm going to be going. My wife actually gave me a present in 2011 and took me to the All-Star Weekend in LA. So yeah, so it's a great experience. And you know, I've always said basketball isn't just a sport; it's a lifestyle. You know, and the NBA promotes that entire lifestyle. And the NBA Weekend is just a fantastic festival of the sport. So I'm very, very excited.
All right, Abhishek, any memories from watching All-Star Weekend while growing up that you can share with us?
Yeah, like I said, you know, being in boarding school, it was lights out at 9:30, and we used to break bounds and jump limits and go out to a restaurant that had the NBA playing in the middle of the night, being caught and busted many times and punished because we were trying to watch the All-Star Weekend. So yes, I had the honor of meeting Cedric Ceballos, who was LA Laker. I'm an LA Laker fan. So and I remember I got punished because I went to see him win the slam dunk competition. I think it was '93, if I'm not mistaken, that he won. And when I met him a couple of weeks ago in Chennai, I told him, and it was just fantastic. Yeah, so a lot of great memories. Yeah.
Abhishek, congratulations once again on being selected to participate in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. You've been to the All-Star Weekend, but this year you will be the first ever Indian to have ever participated in the All-Star Weekend.
Dude, don't put the pressure on, man. I'm already yeah, it's wow. Yeah, you know, when they told me I'm going to be the first ever Indian to play in the Celebrity All-Star match, was terrifying to say the least. So I kind of, you know, consoled myself thinking that it's a celebrity match and it's all in good faith. So they're going to be, you know, having some fun with it. And then I checked some films on the last few, And wow, they play hard. They really go for it. It's not a joke, you know. They're playing all out. We've got to watch out for Kevin Hart. Thankfully, I believe he's on my team, so I'm okay. But yeah, I believe Chris Mullin's going to be playing. He was one of my childhood heroes, one of my favorite when he used to play for the Warriors, and you know, one of the members of the then dream team that went to Barcelona. So should be very exciting. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I've been training actually every morning. I haven't played competitive basketball for a good almost 20 years now. So I've been trying to brush up my skills. You know, representing the country now, you can't let them down.
Alright, so Abhishek, you will be showcasing your experience during the weekend across various media platforms. What can Indian fans expect to see during the trip?
Well, I really do hope. I mean, thanks to all the help and efforts that, you know, Sony 6 is putting out, and obviously the NBA. We're going to try and make it as interactive a process as possible. And for me, I think it would have been an achievement if all the NBA fans in India feel like they're actually at the event, you know, with the guided tour by me, hopefully. So I hope they get as personal an experience as possible. That's the intent.
So, Abhishek, you know, you're very vocal about being a fan of LA Lakers.
Yeah.
You watch them live exclusively on 6 on mornings on 6.
Yeah.
Tell us, how did you first become a fan of the team?
Of the Lakers? Wow, that's almost ancient history. I think it was the early 80s, either 82 or 83. We were vacationing in Los Angeles, and my father took me to the Forum, which is the stadium where the Lakers used to play. Now they play in another stadium called the. And I remember going to the Forum, and he took me to a match of basketball, and he was explaining the rules to me, and they were playing. They had these wonderful uniforms, you know, the gold and purple, and they were playing these guys in green, which I didn't really understand. And then I got to know that I went to see a LA Laker. You know, the LA Lakers play Boston, which in the 80s was the greatest sporting rivalry, and to see Magic and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy and Byron Scott, who's now the coach, play against Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. I mean, these are possibly the two biggest rivals in any sport across the world. I mean, I would say Barcelona and Real Madrid pale in comparison to what you know, the Celtics and the Lakers had. So since then I was just hooked. I remember it was more the experience of the world of basketball than just the game. And then as I started growing up, went to school, I used to play basketball in school as a sport. And the more you learn, and the more you fall in love with the sport.
That's quite true. I can't agree no more with him. So without wasting any more time, I'd like to call once again on stage for a photo of Mr. Prasanna Krishnan and Mr. Yanni Colasso. Time for photos!
Congratulations to you and many happy returns to you.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to ask you that how do you explain your love for sports?
How do I explain my
Love for sports.
Well, you know, sports has been a way of life for me, and that was something that was taught to me in my school. And I really do believe that sports has a fantastic quality of character building, especially team sports. And although I own a football team and a kabaddi team, I never played kabaddi or football as a child. I actually played basketball. And I attribute a lot of what I am today from not just the skills, but the kind of teamwork and efforts that we learned playing basketball. And I really think sports is an invaluable part of anybody's life, and it should be. So what does sports teach you? It teaches you so many things, you know, strength of character, discipline, teamwork, humility. Sports, you ask any sportsman, sports has a fantastic way of keeping you humble. A fighting spirit. So there's so many qualities that you can learn playing a sport. So, like I've always said, I've been very vocal about it. Sports has taught me a lot of what I am today and how to deal with life and day-to-day situations.
Hi Abhishek, this is Sohail.
Hi Sohail, where are you?
I'm Sohail.
Hi.
First, congratulations. Abhishek, just needed to know that you are getting associated with lots of sports. How do you see the commercial way, or it's like promoting the sports also, and your love for sports?
You know, for me, I'm not an athlete, I'm a film actor. So for me, it's completely passion driven. Be it when I acted in kabaddi or in football. It was something that I was passionate about. I'm very passionate about sports. I'm a passionate sports fan. And being a passionate sports fan and a sports lover, I want people to imbibe the qualities that sports has. The commercial aspect of it comes in a lot later. The decision to buy a kabaddi team and start the Jaipur Pink Panthers was passionate. And obviously now there's a business model to it and you have to. Nobody's here to do charity. Then with Chennai and FC, it was the same thing. So I very firmly believe in whatever I do in life, that first, your heart has to be in it. Your mind will always follow if your heart's in it. So it's always been something which I've been very passionate about, and obviously the commercial side of it, the business side of it, does follow.
Yeah.
जी देखिए, जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ कि हमारे इंडस्ट्री के जितने भी लोग हैं, भले डायरेक्टर हों या एक्टर या प्रोड्यूसर, सब जब ने बचपन में कुछ ना कुछ तो खेला है. And so the interest in sports has always been there. There's always been a huge synergy between the sporting world and the entertainment world. खास करके basketball में अगर आप देखें, अगर आप, if you manage to wake up in the morning and see the All-Star Weekend, you'll see the front rows of all courtside seats will be filled with celebrities because there's a huge synergy between the two. But I think it's a very healthy trend if actors are getting more and more involved in sports. मैं ये भी चाहता था जब मैंने कबड्डी की शुरुआत की थी और फिर फुटबॉल में आया कि अगर हमारी वजह से if we can try and help popularize the sport in India, I think that's very good. I think that's very nice. I think it's nice that the Indian film industry is not just using its clout, its experience and its ability to just further themselves. They're doing it to help some in fields of sports or be it in fashion or whatever. I think it's a very healthy thing to happen.
Abhishek, over here. So we all know that you are quite enthusiastic about sports. You are a brand ambassador to a lot of the sports. So do you assume yourself as a fitness freak? And what is your fitness regimen?
See, those are two different things, man. If you're a sportsman, it's just taken for granted that you have to be agile and you have to be athletic. That's a demand of the sport. I mean, from when I used to play sports in school to the kind of advancements we've had in sports medicine today to the kind of training is completely different. I mean, I see like in my football team or my kabaddi team the way they train, and we never had those kind of facilities at our disposal. As far as I'm concerned, I think the most demanding sport to play is basketball. Having been a basketball player, I know, apart from just fitness, you need strength, agility. I really think it's you have to be a complete athlete to be a good basketball player. So obviously, if you're going to be a basketball player, there's a lot of hard work you have to put into it. Any athlete will tell you that there's, preparation is the maximum amount of work that you need to do before you get onto the court. I'm a very outdoor kind of a person. I'm not what you call a gym rat. I don't like to be in the gym all the time. I'd much rather get out to a garden, play a sport, go out, shoot some hoops, play some football. I think that's what I prefer. But each to their own, I enjoy playing sports. It's something that has been programmed into me since I was a child, and it's something that I really enjoy.
Why did you choose Abhishek Bachchan as a Goodwill ambassador?
I'm sorry.
I think, as I said earlier, Abhishek is probably one of the most vociferous and passionate fans in India. So for us, it's not just about a celebrity adding or throwing a light onto the sport. It's about someone who's connected to it. And if you're hearing him talk right now, I mean that it's infectious, right? I mean you actually see how passionate he's about the game. So everything we do, and that's not just for the NBA, it's every sport. You have to have a passionate connect. And I don't think there's anyone more apt for that than Abhishek.
Alright, that's going to be the last question. So,
President afternoon, बहुत अभिनंदन और शुभकामनाएं।
अनेक धन्यवाद आपको सुमित। कैसे हैं आप?
जी। Can I ask Mr. Prasanna and then come back to you?
हाँ?
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Mr. Prasanna, what will be the format? Will you be following Mr. Abhishek day and night for the...
Not night, only day. Leave the night to me, let me sleep. I think I'll make very boring television if you just have me sleeping at night. Huh?
So will it be a sort of reality show on Mr. Abhishek?
No, it's not. I'll answer that. It's not a reality show. It's more like documentary, a kind of a video diary of sorts. मैं जहाँ जा रहा हूँ for the All-Star weekend, Sumit, I'll have the crew with me and there'll be interviews and interactive sessions. So, like I said earlier, it will be almost, I hope, that we manage to give the Indian NBA basketball fans as interactive and as personal an experience. So the idea is to hopefully allow them to feel that they're there in New York for the weekend.
अभिषेक, जैसे हमने और खेलों में देखा तो आप जो करते हैं तो उसका प्रभाव लोगों पे पड़ता है और वो उसके लिए प्रेरित होते हैं, ये सही बात है?
नहीं, इसलिए क्या?
जैसे आप और खेलों को बढ़ावा देते हैं तो
जी देखिए, जैसे मैंने आपको हमेशा कहा है, जब भी कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई है कि मैं चाहता हूं कि अगर मेरे द्वारा लोग स्पोर्ट्स खेलें तो I'd love that. I think we managed to do a fantastic job with kabaddi and football. लेकिन मैंने ये भी हमेशा कहा है कि basketball has always been my first love. It's the sport I played, it's the sport I truly love and follow very, very passionately. And so I'm very happy that the NBA gave me this opportunity not only to go to the All-Star weekend, but also to be a Goodwill ambassador, to speak about the sport. And I take it as a huge responsibility, and I'm very excited about it. The quest is to try and reach out to people. I think the NBA is still in its nascent stages in India. हालांकि बहुत सारे लोग बास्केटबॉल के बारे में जानते हैं, but it's not got as deep a penetration as say a football or cricket, for example. We're a cricket playing nation. But through NBA All-Star weekends, with getting somebody that there has to be a local connect also. देखिए, अगर हम हमारे बास्केटबॉल प्लेयर्स को यहाँ ले आए, if you get LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, you bring them here, बिहार में लोग नहीं जानेंगे कि ये दोनों लंबे कौन हैं. They might know अभिषेक बच्चन कौन है, they might. So if they have a local connect and say, अच्छा ये हमारे एक फिल्म अभिनेता हैं और वो बास्केटबॉल खेलते हैं और खेल रहे हैं लोगों के साथ, तो ये बास्केटबॉल क्या चीज़ है? So you help build a connect. So I think that is the difference. And as far as emotionally and psychologically, that I don't know. For me, sports has always been very emotional. But if through me they can connect emotionally with the sport, fantastic.